Just having a little look at riders and what they're wearing there, Rob. Romain Bardet, no longer leg warmers on. Tadej Pogačar, no longer leg warmers on. There's a lot of riders that are still wrapped up, maybe wanting to. I've just seen Van der Poel towards the back. He's just gone out shot, still with his leg warmers on. But early attack starting earlier than everyone thinks, maybe. Pogačar's ready.
Not again, and a lot of riders down this time, all caught up. Just getting to his feet there. One of those riders, Van der Poel, is towards the back. There he is.
Say not held up there. There's going to be a lot of people held up now. That could be one of the most difficult points to get back in from the race now, Rob. If you're stopping there for a wee now and these guys are doing it at the front, it's easily 2 minutes to the front of that group already.
A lot of guys held back. I'm sure they'll get back, but again, this is pennies spent. You know, if you have to close 30-40 seconds, it's energy that you really do need to save for later on.
This is now Novak, who's riding very hard indeed. He's got Ulissi with him, and look who's stripped and ready for action behind. Yes, it's Tadej Pogačar. We have 70 kilometers of this great race remaining.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Novak is on fire today. He's an absolute animal. Back to the front, accelerating straight away, getting things strung out. As I said, Pogačar, third wheel. I'm just trying to look where Van der Poel is down this line. I thought he'd be wanting to start more towards the front.
And that's that, and here he goes, Tadej Pogačar with 35 kilometers to go, as he announced on La Redoute. Carapaz tried to follow. Healy can't quite do that. Here comes Skjelmoser looking back, and Mathieu van der Poel was a long way to try and react. Has he reacted? The answer is no.
No yet, Rob, no yet. He might just be riding his own tempo up here. I think if he goes into the red, that's it for him, but this is a statement. I've never seen an attack this early on La Redoute before. Pogačar, 26 k's an hour.
And Pogačar, well, he is riding so strongly here after coming down from the altitude camp. He's even putting away Richard Carapaz, who's having a fight for his life on this climb.
I mean, just look at the difference in styles there. Carapaz out the saddle, Pogačar still sat down, just looking down, looking at the numbers, concentrating on his effort. Carapaz all over the bike behind. You got Lysenko, you got Bernal behind, you got Healy faster, you got Skjelmoser back there as well. Bardet, but they're all just all over the bikes, trying to get out what power they can, trying to minimise that gap, what's opening up to Pogačar at the minute.
And well, he looks behind now, he can't see anybody. It's a gap with 34 k's to go, about a kilometre earlier than Evenepoel, I think, last year. And Tadej Pogačar all alone. And well, when he's in this mood and on this form, he is all alone. There is nobody who can match him. So this is Pogačar coming towards the end of a Liège. The last time he was at the end of a Liège, he was the winner. It's difficult to see, and look at how the gap's ballooned already. 20 seconds with 32.8 kilometers to go. He's got a little bit of unclassified climbing over the top here. It's not as if it gets easy, let's say. Then he goes down, he goes to the Côte des Forges, another descent, and then the Roche-au-Faucon, which tops out with 13 k's to go. It's Tadej Pogačar versus the world, yet again. Pogačar's going to start climbing again with 25 seconds of a gap. Here's the man all alone. We should be used to it by now, shouldn't we? This is relatively late for him, 35 k's to go. Tadej Pogačar with a minute of a gap. Mathieu van der Poel's there, following this group that is now, what, 20 seconds behind the quartet, chasing on to try and make up the podium. There, of course, Healy, Grégoire, Bardet and Kuznetsov. Tadej Pogačar, one of the men who has been at the forefront as it's been changing, driving it along. He's driving this race home now. This is his race to lose. He's got 20 Ks to go, 1 minute and 20 seconds of a gap. 1:36 on those chasing in the bigger group. They're calling it the Van der Poel group, but of course it's the group of plenty of other favourites and stars. And only the last climb to come is the Côte de la Roche au Faucon before the descent down into Liège. 1.3 kilometres of climbing then. Average gradient 11%, goes up to 16. Slightly easier to the top, but never gets easy. It's the 11th and final climb in this 110th Liège-Bastogne-Liège. Pogačar over the final climb of the day. Romain Bardet just leaving Healy behind slightly. And you could just see, as Luke was saying, they're coming into the shop now and they're on their way across to change the status and the presence of the group that is about to resume the chase. Baldet's alone. 13 Ks to go now. And we're now 11.5 kilometres away from the conclusion of this 110th Liège-Bastogne-Liège, with Tadej Pogačar about to sign off on a second Liège win 3 years after his first. Bardet then at 1:30, 1:39 to the next group. Job's done here, and there's just 1,000 metres to the line. He's got almost 2 minutes of a gap. Surely now he can enjoy it. 6.25 hours in the saddle. 255 kilometres ridden. They've ridden through sleet and snow at stages today. It's been as low as 2 degrees the temperature. But all the time, this man's team has kept the race hot. It's been on fire for a while, and you just knew what was coming. And it's another chapter in an increasingly beautiful story he's writing. Tadej Pogačar, a titan of our times, winning Liège-Bastogne-Liège for the second time in his career. Now the next group, here they go. They're not too far behind here, Adam. We're talking 400 metres.
No Ghana in this group either.
Well, that means Ineos Grenadiers have to make a decision then, and surely they have to ride now, don't they? Look who's back in here. Look who's back in this group. Filippo Ganna has returned to this group. You said it had got better. You said it had got bigger. Ganna is in the chasing group now, so no wonder they were starting to lay off at the back. There's only 2 kilometres to go though. Now into the final few hundred metres, and it's Chavez going through the centre. Foss on the left-hand side, Harper on the right. It could be his big day. O'Connor starting to struggle though, but look at Harper. Is it going to be the moment finally for Chris Harper? It's not. It's for Foss. It's Tobias Foss, who makes a winning start to his Ineos Grenadiers career.
15 Ks to go, and it's only a small climb of around 3K. Quite steep though, 7% average gradient, then it's downhill, fairly flat all the way to the finish. So for the breakaway, it's looking quite good, especially with only 2 Ineos riders riding. It doesn't look like there's another team that's too interesting giving them a hand for the stage today either.
Through the trees, out in the pedal, and trying to pedal away. But Pilo is there, and this is a key moment for Gamper, you feel. He's got to hang on, Adam.
Yeah, he's got to hang on or just keep doing what he's doing. I think if Demarchi now will either try and just set this tempo on the front where he'll crack below, but if he keeps looking over his shoulder and sees that he's not cracking, he might ease up. So Pelot just trying to hang on to that wheel, hoping that he looks around and hoping that he stops this hard tempo this chase that he's doing.
There's a move at the front, Adam. There's a move at the front. There's a gap, and Alessandro Demarchi has daylight. For the first time in his career, Demarchi takes a stage at the Tour of the Alps, and Jaco Alula have their first win in over 2 months. And there There we go.
Job done. And
now it's time to go, and Romain Bardet puts in his first serious attack of the European season here. Looking ahead to the Giro d'Italia. He looks behind, and there's already open road. And Lopez is now attacking. Juan Pedro López is on his way to try and distance the man behind him, and he's starting to manage to do that. A look behind, looks in front, and continues on the power. Juan Pedro López has a first ever pro victory in sight. There we go. Juan Pedro López to the line. The finish line's here, and finally it's his day. Promised so much, but finally Juan Pedro has his day, and López wins the stage and will take the general classification lead after day 3 at the Tour of the Alps. This, though, is Sergio Higuita, maybe surprisingly 4 minutes and 5 seconds down already. And obviously trying to get something from this race. He's got a little bit of leeway here, Adam, given the fact where he is on GC, 4:05. And now Higuita really has to compete not to be dropped. And look at the state of the road surface as well here, Adam. It's gritty, it's horrible. There's gaps, there's holes. And Carr is surviving it much better. In fact, he's thriving on it here.
yeah, he just looks like he's settled in. He's definitely pushing on to try and drop Higuita, and he's done so successfully for the minute. These steeper gradients, Carr just looks to be a little bit on top of that gear, as you said, Rob. Just looks like he's labouring ever so slightly compared to Carr. And
EF Education Easy Post, 10th win of 2024. And he goes to Simon Carr with a demonstration from the breakaway. Look at Aurélien Paré-Pant coming through the centre. Left-hand side, Decathlon looking for yet another win. They've had their best start to the season for a long, long time, and they're trying to continue it. It's Aurélien Paré-Pant who wins the final stage of the Tour of the Alps.